They'll tell you, is talking about some vehicles have been vandalized there, accusations and counter accusations, in as much as the police say that they've deployed enough security in that region. This is the Malava area that seems to have a bit of fracas there. It has 7 wards, 94,417 people voting, 9 contestants for that parliamentary seat. That seat fell vacant following the death of Malulu Injendi. His son, Ryan Malulu, was actually supposed to be there, but he dropped out of the race also in favor of David Dakwa from UDA Malava, who was also made earlier on accusations when he voted that he too has been provoked by his opponent. So the counter accusations continue in the by-elections. Those are pictures we have of destroyed property in that region. The circumstances under which they were destroyed is still unclear, but the politicians who are contesting this say that it is their opponents who attacked them. That is according to Seth Panyako, and also according to David Dakwa, he is the one who's been attacked. So the counter accusations continue. We'll get a report from the security services and the security team that is there to find out what exactly transpired. This just pictures that we're getting from our reporters in Malava of the violence that may have been meted from in that region during this by-election. We're taking a quick break. We're back with my guests in just a short while. So
Kariobangi and Kibra, some of Livondo's supporters, they have come here to attack very peaceful lawyers who are preparing to vote in their next member of parliament to replace Malulu Injendi. And we want to tell the IG of police, the police are being used as a tool of violence against citizens of Kenya. And they are working in cahoots with known goons. When they attacked the hotel, the goons came in first to charge. Then they were unable to open the gate. The Land Cruiser of Matete Police Station with armed police officers were the ones who broke the gate to access Mheshimiwa. So Mheshimiwa had to escape on a motorbike. All his vehicles have been damaged, the people have been injured, and we want to tell IEBC that this candidate of UDA, Bwana Ndakwa, should be disqualified. To go to the extent of actually wanting to harm his opponent, who is the people's choice, cannot be left unchallenged. So we've just come from hospital and we want to say that apart from the violence we have seen today, the voter bribery, which are actually grounds for disqualification of this candidate, we want to see action taken. Yes.
Perhaps you can also speak to the candidate, that is the DAP Kenya candidate, Seth Panyako. Mheshimiwa, what exactly happened? Maybe you can just give us a first-hand information of what transpired yesterday.
First, I had information that the police were planning to raid our hotel. And I went to social media and I said the police are planning to raid our hotel. And then I thought it was just a joke. So I said, I'm here, I'm taking something, I'm waiting for the police. Because I believe when the police come, they will come and give you the charges, if they are search warrants, or whatever they have, so that they can be able to access your premises. But the police did not show up. Around 8:30, I was inside the hotel, seated with my wife. And then I was informed that Stanley Livondo had arrived, and he wanted to see me. So I went out the door and he called me. I've never sat with Livondo. I've never greeted him. I've never met him actually in my life. I just see him. I used to see him dishing money in choppers. But I've never been close to him. How he called out my name and he told me, come. And I told him, I can't come. I'm in my home. That hotel is mine, so it's my home. So I retreated back to the hotel and I told my assistants, tell Livondo to come in. And when they told him to come in, he refused. And he had actually doctored his number plates for the vehicles. He had put sellotape, the black one, so that if it's a T, it looks like a P. And my people told him, look at your vehicles. Why have the number plates been doctored? You know, they have been moving around with numberless vehicles, bribing people, threatening people, causing violence. I've reported to the IBC so many times. Nothing has happened. But what is interesting is that Salim, because where we have reached, we must say the truth. Salim, who is the returning officer for Malava constituency, told me plain point that there is nothing he can do because there are orders from William Ruto to have me eliminated so that I'm not on the ballot. And so I knew at the back of my mind that William Ruto was doing this. It's not about Nadine Aware. It's not about Farouk Kibet. It's not about Livondo.
And we believe this was a deliberate assassination attempt on Mheshimiwa here and his wife. They had to escape their residence where they were for Pikipiki. And we've just come from Webuye District Hospital, sub-county hospital. I would invite you to go there and look at the injuries. There are those who have been stabbed in their stomachs. There are those whose intestines are out. We've just come from theater. They're being operated upon. And the leader of these goons has actually been Nadine Aguera, Stanley Livondo, who has been known for violence in Langata and other areas of Nairobi. That violence has been brought to Webuye. Some of the thugs that have been brought here came from Lakisama, from Ruaraka, from Kariobangi and Kibra, some of Livondo's supporters. They've come here to attack very peaceful lawyers who are preparing to vote in their next member of parliament to replace Malulu Injeni. And we want to tell the IG of police, the police are being used as a tool of violence against citizens of Kenya. And they are working in cahoots with known goons. When they attacked the hotel, the goons came in first to charge. Then they were unable to open the gate. The Land Cruiser of Matete police station with armed police officers were the ones who broke the gate to access Mheshimiwa. So Mheshimiwa had to escape on a motorbike. All his vehicles have been damaged. The people have been injured. And we want to tell IEBC that this candidate of UD, Bwanandakwa, should be disqualified. To go to the extent of actually wanting to harm his opponent, who is the people's choice, cannot be left untouched. So we've just come from hospital and we want to say that apart from the violence we have seen today, the votes of bribery, which are actually grounds for disqualification of this candidate, we want to see action taken. Yes.
By getting humility first as a character, because I don't have to let the people bleed for me to lead. That is why I've restrained myself. I've been provoked a lot, but for me I've been for peace all through. During my campaign, I've not even mentioned my competitor at any given time by name. Have not even tried to get into their territories with a lot of energy, because at the end of it, I have to respect them and I respect also the way they are conducting themselves. But for me, I'm telling the people of Malava, let them exercise their democratic right, let them make their choice, and let them not be intimidated by anybody. Let them not be coerced in any way. The blackmail that is going around from my opponents, those are sideshows. And I want to state categorical that if there is anything, I've been the peaceful candidate in this election. The government has tried to assure me of security and also to give peace to my people, but a lot of provocation has come from my opponent. So mine is to urge people to get out, that the only statement they can send is to elect a leader to their choice. And here I am. I'm confident I'm going to win this. That is why I'm calm and I'm pushing it to the end. The results will have the result will have to give a statement to the opponent that they are not, leadership is not about the character they have been trying to show every other time. And you cannot impose yourself to the people, because at the end of it, it is what the people look at you as a character. It is what the manifestos you have. It is what the agenda that you sell to the people that will propel you to the leadership. And here I am. I'm urging my people, stay calm. This election we are winning. Whichever way we are provoked, let us keep peace. Because at the end of it, we are a family, and we need Malaba to move forward when we are together.
Maybe your opponents are killing the government machinery, and they are saying they are doing so to aid you possibly get the seat. And secondly, from your experience, as an MCA who served 2 terms, during 2022, those who voted were slightly above the half mark. This is a by-election. From your projection, what do you think will be the numbers at the end of the day, given the prevailing circumstances and the atmosphere generally?
Personally, this is not my first time of engaging myself in an election. And I know the rules of the game. And as up to now, I'm saying I've not even caught any security threat.